4-step method to high performance trading is about bulletproofing your daily routines, your executions, your skill set, your mindset, and your beliefs to execute your edge trading in live time. Building your discipline and confidence in live time is how you will be able to produce those results consistently over the long term. The 7-step daily routine for high performance traders is about developing your process, your habits, your mindset, your beliefs, your skill set to master the markets. Bulletproof yourself for success and consistency over the long term. The links are in the description box below. They're both free downloads. Let's get started. G'day trader, Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. Today we're going to have a discussion about consistently highly profitable trading. One of the questions that consistently comes up is to ask me to analyze certain trades or markets. And my response always often to some of those questions is, what setups are you hunting? And did your instrument that you took a trade on today actually have your setup? Now, one of the things that I've had to really focus on in my own learning journey to trade was to stop taking random trades, stop trying to read the tape, stop trying to trade markets and get trades. And that flies in the face of conventional wisdom where everybody wants you to learn more about how to trade the markets. Everybody's teaching you how to trade. And all I'm talking about is taking the same setups over and over again that show up frequently over a basket of instruments, and then figuring out what self-sabotaging or degenerative, damaging self-behavior I had to correct to stop undoing all the good results that I was doing. So one of the things I constantly repeat is, what setup are you hunting? Because if you're not hunting a setup, that means you're looking for trades. And looking for trades often leads to 50-50 results over time at best for the average trader. So number one, the most important thing is, do you have the understanding of what a highly profitable trade setup is? Now, we've gone over these in several videos. We're going to talk about today, Monday, day one, the opening range in a new week, and just sticking to a simple process in the basket of instruments that you're following. So if you're trading Asia, do you trade instruments that actually reflect that behavior in Asia, meaning heavily traded, or they show a frequency of certain trade setups? Yen pairs, Aussie dollar pairs, New Zealand dollar cross pairs, gold, copper, maybe an Asian index. Now I'm talking about trading instruments that actually reflect trading heavier in those times. So just because something moves in that time frame does not mean that I need to have it in my basket. So sometimes the US indexes may move in Asia. They're not part of my basket. I trade the US indexes in the New York session. So reflect the basket towards the session that you're trading if historically it shows the behaviors of highly profitable trade setups, producing those results 2 to 3 times a week on average in the basket. And then do you understand how to execute and manage those trades? Meaning, are they scalable hold till close opportunities, or are they nail and bail session opportunities where we have a great parabolic opportunity for a reversal or trend trade where we can put an entry in, a stop loss, and a take profit level, lock in the money, and then get on with our day? Not hang around trying to look for other trades, executing the same rinse and repeat money-making setups that you have mastered, the same ones. And we're going to look at a couple from today's New York session. Different instruments, exact same setups, same behavior, same timings, easily locked in for traders with zero stress, zero thinking, zero emotion, and for the most part, zero management. Number 3, make every part of your daily process and building your watch list rinse and repeat, meaning that if you go through the same routine each day, hunting out instruments that are setting up into your session based on the same rinse and repeat behaviors at the same rinse and repeat levels, and then the same rinse and repeat timings, give or take 15 to 20 minutes on average, for the same executable, easy money-making trading setups. Instrument is irrelevant. And then number 4, have a basket, as I've mentioned, that will reflect the frequency of these setups showing up again and again and again. So obviously I've talked about this New York session. I have the indexes. That's my primary focus. Gold, silver secondary. And of course, we have some currency pairs in there that can offer us those opportunities if they're setting up into our timing window. Now, often London gets a lot of those fantastic opportunities, but the US can get low-hanging fruit, or as we saw today, some beautiful reversal setups. And number 5, the most important thing is do not engage in an impulsive random trading, trying to get trades, trade markets because you learn so much about trading, and then putting yourself into 50-50 conditions or worse, and potentially engaging in self-sabotaging behavior and undoing maybe months, and in some cases years of good work, maybe in a matter of hours. And that's how easily it can happen. Now, in terms of the timing window, Asia, London, New York, my primary session is New York. New York, the index is open at 9:30 a.m. So rinse and repeat for me starts at 9:30 a.m. That's when they open. Now, I'm just going to clarify this to traders. If you take trades at other times and you ask me, what do I think of this trade? I cannot answer that. The number one thing you have to answer for yourself is that if you take a trade, a commonly asked question is, what do I think about this trade? Or what do I think about a trade that they took? My first question always is, well, what does your trading plan say? If you took a trade, that's obviously got to be based on a reason for you to have taken a position in the market. What does your trading plan say? What rinse and repeat setup are you hunting? Now, if you really want to scale up with size, why don't you trade the same setups that make you a lot of money? As I've said that in the past, you make a lot of money on the days and the setups where it is really easy to make a lot of money on. Now, I ask any trader out there who doesn't like this, who doesn't like that idea, regardless of the setups that you're trading, who in their right mind that's actually really trading would disagree with that statement? I don't care how you trade. My friend Steven trades reversals and not until after 10 a.m. That's his trading plan. It's pretty specific. I don't care if you're a scalper. I don't care if you trade on the 1-minute charts, gold, or you trade the Swiss franc or whatever you trade. It doesn't matter. But you make a lot of money on the days and the setups where it's really easy to make a lot of money on. So if somebody has all these other things that are just gibberish and you can't rinse and repeat, number one, where do you make a lot of money? Number two, even if you're making little bits of money every single day, is it scalable? Is it reproducible? Can you rinse and repeat your process and the execution of the same trades every single day on the same instrument or over a basket of instrument? Because if you can't, that means you're going to win some, you're going to lose some at best. And the reason why I'm going over this today is to really hammer home the importance of every single aspect of your trading plan. If it is not rinse and repeat and simple and duplicatable, repeatable and scalable, 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, you could be in the exact same spot. Typically, traders who do better and consistently scale their businesses up in size have a rinse and repeat model on every level, including the size of their trade setups. Not more risk, the scalability of certain setups, because they make a lot of money on the days and the setups where it's really easy to make a lot of money on. And then they learn to do nothing else because they're not going there every single day to try and get paid. They don't treat it like a 9-to-5 job. They treat it like there's going to be days where I can make a lot of money. And in between, I'm going to make nail and bales. In between, we're going to have lunch money. Able to have an edge momentarily in the market in our session. We're going to execute that trade. We're going to lock in the money and we're going to get on with our day. So I'll ask the question always, is what you're doing simple, repeatable, and scalable? Or is it 50-50 at best over time, even if you become an expert? Rinse and repeat. We talk about timings. Well, timings repeat the same time every single day in every single session. Same timings repeat, same time of day. The same rinse and repeat setups can occur in every single session from levels if we're working from levels. Now, every trader has 2 specific levels every single day they come to the chart in any market. Now, here's the best part. No matter what market you're trading, regardless of any market that you're trading, every trader has 2 pieces of information when they come to the screen every single day. Now, remember, I'm not talking to the experts or the geniuses here. I'm talking to people who want to become consistently highly profitable, and they're struggling right now to get that consistency, to step back and really hone in on simple, repeatable setups. The rest, for traders who are already trading in different ways, consistently profitable, and they can scale that up in size. Continue to do what you're doing. Whatever you do that makes money, continue to do that. That's not rocket science. That's just simple common sense. So when we come to the screen, every single instrument has 2 levels every single day when our session starts. It's whether or not we have a setup. Now, I'm looking for certain setups. Other traders can trade any way they want. As I said, you can be scalping, you could be trend trading, you can be swing trading, you can do all kinds of things. Some traders are in and out on a 1-minute time frame based on a higher time frame trend. I like to align myself with setups in the session based on the higher time frame, and I'm sitting on my hands when instruments don't present that way. I'm not worried about trying to trade them each day. I'm waiting for the instrument that shows me the easiest, highest probability setup where it's going to be easy to make money on that trade. Now, one of the most common things on a Monday is obviously in the New York session, aside from the US indexes, markets can already have moved. They can start moving in Asia. They can be moving in London. They might have already moved even in the US indexes prior to coming to the screen at 9:30. But one of the most important things is prior to Monday's open, we can look for signal days. We can look for signal days where we have higher time frame levels indicating signal days to us. We've talked about that off the daily charts. And we can also have markets that have given us signals on the day heading into our session. On the community post, I put up a chart of the Swiss franc daily. We've shown a longer term pump and dump market that started pumping up in October late last year and then pushed higher, coiling sideways, and began dumping down into April, blowing off. But we have a market that is now broken down, and certainly at any point this market could reverse. But at this stage, we're week 2, still making lower highs and lower lows. Now, several traders in the community today executed this trade, and we have a market that when our New York session begins 8 a.m. heading into the New York Open, we've broken Friday's high of day level. Now, several traders in the community executed on this trade today. Now, we've pumped up to the high of day level into our New York Equity Hour session. We've engulfed right at the New York Open. It's a 15-minute chart, coiled into our pin hammer at the beginning of our 10 a.m. rotation. The same process applies for every single trade setup, regardless if we are going long or short. Entry, stop loss, and a take profit level, regardless if it's a nail and bail or a 5-star all-in scalable opportunity. Entry, stop loss, and take profit levels. 3-session setup into the New York Equity Hour. Entry, stop loss, and a take profit level. Setup, timings, levels, behavior of price, execution, locking in the money, and walking away. That's rinse and repeat. Simple, repeatable, and scalable in size. Other traders had the exact same opportunity on natural gas. Higher time frame template is in a downward moving market. We're in a first red day template on the daily chart, pumping up into our New York hour, higher highs, engulfing at 9:45 a.m. as our new 10 a.m. rotation begins. Entry, stop loss. Some traders took some off into that breakout level. Others held through not only the low of the day, but towards the low of month level in a higher time frame, downward moving market. An excellent trade setup by several members in the community. Now, same setup, different market as the Swiss franc. Different instrument, same setup. That's rinse and repeat. Timings, levels, behavior of price, entry, stop loss, take profits. If you're marking up little bars and counting pushes and levels and sweeps and hunts and gaps and everything else, that is not rinse and repeat. That is analysis of the expert trader. And that is hard to reproduce week in and week out. It is not scalable. And for most traders, it's not consistently profitable. a similar opportunity for silver right at the beginning of our US session in a higher time frame, upward moving market, a bullish market, a nail and bail scenario. Silver's been moving higher, which reinforces when the trade has been executed and taking out a level to be locking in the profits. Another excellent nail and bail opportunity taken by several traders again in the US session on silver. Timings, levels, behavior of price, entry, stop loss, and a take profit level. Some traders got in early on silver, which would have had them placing their stop at the extreme. Other traders got in under the sideways coil, beginning of our new hour, making their fill a little bit lower and their stop also lower. Same type of risk on the same trade, and the low of day as the take profit level. Timings, levels, behavior of price is rinse and repeat. So catching a move is not my objective. Rinse and repeating the exact same setups from my playbook is my objective. The same money-making setups that reproduce on any market that can be reproduced by any trader because it's at the same time, same levels, same behavior of price, entry, stop loss, take profit levels. Which comes back to the daily process, building your watch list, watching that into the timing window, going down to 2 or 3 potential best candidates, picking one well-engineered template in the timing window, executing the setup, locking in the money, shutting it down, reviewing your trade later, your performance, the setup, other setups that may have also offered playbook trade setup opportunities on the day, and each day hunting the same high probability setups. Not my favorite instrument, not trading the same instrument every single day. Where's the instrument that offers me the easy money-making trade setup? That's rinse and repeat. Easy money-making trading setups that are profitable, zero stress, zero emotion, zero thinking, no analysis paralysis. They're scalable in size. No FOMO, YOLO, fogey, or FOGO. Just simple, rinse and repeat, executable, highly profitable trading setups. Keep it simple, traders, reproducible and scalable, and do it again and again and again. As my good friend Steven says, one kick 10,000 times. Round kick, round kick, round kick. Have a great day, traders, and may the markets go with you.